Okay, so previously I had already discussed that I was making the version of Spielburg from Quest 41, which was a game created in throughout the 90s, late 80s, somewhere around there. Because I remember playing it when it was actually, I know they had the EGA version, but I remember playing it on a computer where it was CGA, like mostly blue color. That was back when it was called Heroes Quest, before they changed the name to Quest for Glory 1, so you want to be a hero. And then later a remake. So let's go ahead and we'll see what has changed. Let me turn it to daytime. Time set day. Okay, so now we have it as daytime, so you can see things better. These are the townspeople. The townspeople have population decreased for some reason. It used to be a lot of people. I was working hard on all the other areas. Even as I was working, it was still there. Everybody, a whole population. This is what happened. I don't know why. I know there's going to be a little lag because there's a lot of forests now. I added forests. The Brigand Fortress. I actually completed the Brigand Fortress. And you go in here, it has a trip wire, and when you go over trip wire, it rings the bell. At least that's how I have it for the moment. Outside. Head to alert enemies, but it also, if enemies pass by, it helps me know that enemies pass by as well. This is what happened. I built the Brigand Fortress, and now I have these guys. But I don't see how that affects anything, because they're not really going over there and attacking it. That wasn't the real ticker. That was the beginning of the thing. I didn't see them disappearing per se when those guys were created. I mean, they were still there. So, oh yeah. Let's check out the cave real quick while I'm over here giving the tour. Actually, let's tour the whole Brigand thing first. Let's give a tour, and then I'll go over some details as we go. So this is the York puzzle solving area. I know it's not complete in the essence of teleportation per se, but you can push the button, that opens up. Okay. Nothing spectacular. Don't fall down there. There's no way back up. And then if you go to the blue door, wall! It doesn't fall on me though. Nowhere. And then you go in here, and then this is the end of the game, actually, in Quest 41, where you save Elsa von Spielburg in here. Lots of chests. Alright. No, I spoiled their actual computer game using Minecraft. Alright, let's go to the cave. The cave looks kind of cool, actually. I think it's cool looking. It's better if you start from over here, though. So this is the cave. Kind of had to make it a little bit longer than in the original game, so it wraps around the Brigand Fortress better. So in the EGA version, not the remake, the remake of Quest 41, they didn't have the secret room. But in the EGA version, the original, there was a secret room in the cave on the left side. You go into this room, and then you get it's not really, I put chest, but actually it's like a pile of treasure and coins and stuff. Then you head back here. This is cool. I like that they have this new feature in Minecraft, because this actually made it so I could make this more accurate. It actually does have crystals. It's red crystals in the original, in the actual game, computer game, but I used purple ones. But it still had crystals, so it looks good, and it's got a little glow to it. Another thing I created was this. There's the cave. So now you have the cave where the frost giant usually would live. Not much in the cave. Just empty. It was cool. It's cool. And then made a few changes to the castle to make it more sealed off. So it seems like the townspeople would count it as an actual building. He is barren now. The townspeople that were originally at the castle, believe it or not, at one point some people migrated to the castle. They had migrated to the castle, and then I guess people were disappearing from the town, so then I guess people that were in the castle decided to go to the town since the population was decreasing, and they left the castle area. That's what it looked like. What I had discovered before I go into the other additions, I looked at the town after I was done updating everything. I looked in town, and then I saw that this door was missing, which to me is saying that some enemy must have broken through the door and killed some people, which would make sense why the population decreased. People must have died. A lot of the ones with names are still there, a lot of them. And the guys in the basement, is he Henry II is here. The guys in the basement are still there because they're safe. And both of them are still there, so they're safe from enemies. So they'll always be around. Enemies won't go down there. Alright, well, got plenty of beds. That's not a problem. Next area. And the tower, the wizard's tower, I still haven't done that part. I was going to save that for last. I want to get everything else done before doing that, which I pretty much got everything done. This is another cave. This is where the kobold is supposed to be at. Oh, it's dark in here, very dark. The kobold usually props itself up there. You have to get the key from the kobold in order to save the prince who turned into a bear. In this section right here of the cave. Yeah, I'm spoiling everything, so I'm ruining the whole actual computer game. And then here's Arena's piece. And there's the tree, and there are lots of flowers. Usually you get a fruit off the tree. I know I wasn't able to duplicate that. I'm sorry. Okay. So oh yeah. Here's another thing. This is the flower area where you pick the flowers. I guess I can't remember all because it's been a while since I played the original game. I think it's for the healer. I know the healer needed ingredients, but there was also Baba Yaga asking for stuff as well, so it's been a while. Shoe. This is where Baba Yaga's hut was at, and then once you use a mirror to prevent from being turned into a frog, and then you turn her to the frog, she gets mad, and then the hut flies away. And that's not the end of her, though. She returns in Quest for Glory 4 later, but I'm not going to go into that because it's supposed to be about Spielberg. So I created spawners because I didn't want it to be randomly created. I want the enemies and characters to be created based on the area where they're supposed to be located at. A little more controlled. So I had a fox spawner, since there's supposed to be a fox in the game. I remember there earlier I saw there was this fox that was sleeping because it sleeps during the daytime. Yeah, there's a fox right there. Sleeps during the day, and then at nighttime it's awake and going around doing stuff. They're kind of nocturnal, the foxes. So this is where the meeps hang out, or I think they're called meeps. I don't know. Little critters, furry critters that pop in and out of these holes. I try to make it accurate. I made chambers so that if there was those type of characters, they could crawl through the chambers. You know, logical reasoning why they're able to switch holes. That's the mushroom garden. And the final one is the druid's tree. This is where the druid hangs out when you follow that little white stag over here. Not much to see, but I try to make it accurate. I have the vines growing across this log that's in front of the tree. I think it was more like a dead tree, a dying tree up there. And that's pretty much it. And you can see that this is the only way out is through the east. Now, in theory, that was supposed to be from the west. A person was a character was supposed to, potential hero or whatever, was supposed to be able to come into the game. It's usually from the east that they come into the scene. The hero of the day comes in from the east. It is possible to come from the west, though. If you're climbing down from the mountains from the west, then yes, then you could come into Spielburg if you're able to climb down the mountains. But if it's normally by foot and you're not coming down from the mountains, the only way in would be from the east, to be technical, yes. So actually there's two things. The tower and the other one I forgot about was the entrance. There's an entrance where you're winding down the road, and then there's a sign on a tree saying Heroes Wanted or something like that. And I still need to add that one. I forgot about that. I got to add that. And then once I add that, then I'll add the Wizard's Tower. And then after the Wizard's Tower, then I'm going to add all these notes, fill in the wanted ads inside the Guild Hall, the little tiny things that might get overlooked. The bell thing, I think there's something to read on there. There's a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, one last thing before I head out. Yeah, I knew that this was barren when I was like, there's nobody wandering around because it was overpopulated to the point where people were in a castle, and even with the castle, there's still a couple people wandering around out in the open with no home. I was like, wait a minute, there's nobody doing that. What happened? Is everybody dead? And I looked at, nope, there's people still alive. There's just less people. Apparently they got killed by monsters or something. So this is Wolfgang. I decided to make an NPC version of Wolfgang, which is good because I think he died, the character or something. I don't know. That's my guess. But I discovered the NPC thing on accident. I looked it up, and apparently other people already knew about it. But I found it on my own when I was typing it into the thing. And you just type in NPC. It was summon. That's what it was. It was summon. Summon NPC. And that's how I did it. But I was like, yeah, this is Wolfgang with dialogue. I was like, oh, I can make a character with dialogue. And you see, this is what he would say if I wasn't in creative mode. Be sure to sign the logbook. This is very basic. But yeah, there's a character you can talk to in the game. He didn't despawn. Like, monsters tend to despawn. And I've heard that NPCs can despawn, but I don't know. In the Bedrock version, he seems to still be around. He didn't disappear. And no monsters are been going after him. So at least there's somebody in there that can be talked to in the game in the guild hall. This is great. I think this is good. So I'm almost done. So this is the end of part 2. So probably, there'll be a part 3 once I complete the wizard tower and the entrance, the front winding road down, and all the signs. Well, some of the signs anyway. Those 3 things. Then I'll have a part 3, and that'll be the end of this Spielburg Minecraft thing. Then I'll move on to something else, probably the desert. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. All right. So if you like this video, be sure to click the like button down below. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel, DMJack92 Gaming, to enjoy more videos from me pertaining to games. Hope to see you guys on the next video. So, see you later.